So just on the way to riding school today. Quite a few in. I think I've got a few sets, 6 or 7 pairs. Luckily it's all in one place, so I can just crack on, get on with it, and it's got a bit of cover. So if it does rain, which it might, I'm all good. So yeah, be a good day. Right, let's see what we got. What's on our list today then, Bex?
Morning, Sam. We've got quite a few shoes, and then you've got a few trims. Some of them are down the field, if that's all right.
Cool. I'll just start on Darcy, just out there already.
Perfect. Then you've got a few in here. Anything without tack on, go for that, and then we'll go from there.
Cool, perfect.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. See you in a bit. Let's get some stuff out. First things first, a toolbox, stand, chaps on. There's a knife in there somewhere that I've lost. So it's a pair of toe clips on the front, it's normal behind. No worries. Yeah, it's not a problem. I'd love a tea, Bex. Music to my ears. Fire this up. Your hands get cold. Just put them about there. Perfect. This is basically the modern day forge that we drive around with now. Back in the day it used to be static, so you used to have it in a building, it'd be coal fires and stuff like that. So now we have propane gas, heats up the forge, and then that'll eventually get hot enough to put the shoes in, and then you can mould the shoes. So it's get that warmed up, be ready to rock and roll. Let's get some shoes off. Come on, Darcy. Really? You've been out here all day. Stand next to each other all day. As soon as I get near them, start squealing at each other. goes in. Take the last two off. Come on, little legs. Dog's had enough, wants to go in. Up in the driver's seat, look after the van for me. Get pretty hot, put it up to about, it's about 900 degrees to get up to. Just hot enough, so you want to sort between the red and orange colour, so it's hot enough to move around quite easy. There, thereabouts, and then just start fitting the shoe up. So you kind of go off memory when you trimmed it. It's sort of the foot shape. So normally it takes a couple of goes to get where you want it, but sometimes you can just get it on the first go. So try and do it off memory. Grumpy one today. Stroppy. only the second time she's ever had shoe holes, so on the back. Got an unusual feeling for her, but she's doing alright. It's all pain-free, completely no nerve endings there at all, but they have a sensation of it. So like, so if you just tapped your shoe or your boot, you have that sort of vibration sensation. It's exactly the same thing for them. So it's just the feeling of that. Also the smoke and the noise of the sizzling or the burning the shoe on. But it's the same thing as your fingernail, so no nerve endings in there at all. So the idea to burn it on is like, well, the shoe's dead flat, it makes the foot dead flat, so it's like a perfect fit. So it's a bespoke shoes, made to fit the horse and be a perfectly snug fit. So they're custom made, pretty much. Second stage done, so we've got to nail them on now. Another shoe in there somewhere. There it is. Come on, you. So when I've fitted the shoes, I've fitted these nail holes around the actual hoof nail bit, so they're all in the right place. So it makes it a lot easier to nail on, and obviously the horse doesn't feel it. Come on, mate. Right, quick through the LT. I'm sweating out here. No one in trouble. Definitely got on the wrong side of bed this morning. Making these little hooks that go on the outside of the wall. Keeps the shoe on. And also you make it nice and smooth when you finish it off. So all done. Do the next one now. Whoever's going to be next. It's quite a chunky horse, so there's always a lot of foot growth. So hence why there's a lot of rasping off and a lot of trim off. So that's quite hard, but it's good in another way where you've always got plenty of hoof to play with. So the other end of the spectrum is you've got a very fine horse. Sort of they don't grow anything, so there's never anything fresh and new to nail into. Horse number 2, Larry. Special one. Doing the same again. Nothing too exciting, I'm afraid. Definitely been riding them, they're worn out. Holy hell. It's always a first. It's amazing how quickly it goes cold. It heat up pretty quick as well, so. Oh, no trouble. So most of these horses have like a concave, you see this like groove around it. It's like a standard sort of riding shoe as such. Sometimes you get thick ones and thin ones, depending if they're racing or if they're doing like dressage or covering the ground a bit more, they're thicker or thinner ones. But these are pretty much a standard riding shoe for your everyday kind of thing. So like hacking out, a bit of show jumping, a bit of dressage, but it's only when you get to the higher levels you need to really get into different types of shoes as such. The idea of the groove in the shoe is just provides grip, like tarmac and stuff. So, and you'll see where it's a bit thinner there. That's how he walks on the concrete. So he wears that bit a bit more. But it's all a pretty even wear, which is good. That's what you want. He's done it so many times he picked his legs up for you. I don't know if you noticed, but front feet slightly rounder than the back feet. Back feet tend to be narrower. Front feet are narrow, like rounder. So the back feet are just for pushing, and the front feet are holding body weight. So hence why you get the different shapes. Right, let's get some chimichurri on there. pretty hot, even though it looks like it hasn't got any heat to it, but yeah, sizzlers water pretty quick. So do hold a lot of heat, even though they don't look too hot. Doing Larry a long time, so I know the shape of his feet, so you can get it first time. The idea of these little grooves is basically to put these clips so it should fit nice and snug in there. But in there so it's nice and flush with the wall. And there we go. Oh, got me. So I need to use the grinder, just bevel a few edges off the shoes. Look at that, brand new van, rubbing its ass on my van. Look. Hey! Oh. There's aspirin on my door now. There you go, it's all done, Madeline. Pedicure's all done. There you go, he's all sorted. Here's another one. So that's a small look into what I get up to in the day. You've only seen me working on a couple of pairs and a few fronts so far, but I did several more through the course of the day. I had to try and get finished before the daylight went, so I couldn't film them all, but there are about 4 pairs and a couple of sets to do left. Normally a pair of fronts will take me about 30 minutes and a set up to about 45 minutes. You can see me working on a set of fronts in the time lapse here. The only thing left to do after that was to pack up and go. That's all packed. Oh, that was a tough one. Quite a few today. Well, I had 3 sets, 7 pairs and a few trims, so quite a lot in. But it's all in one place, so it's quite nice, because some days I have to go from job to job and it's one at a time. So a lot of people think it's quite glamorous, but a lot of it is playing around with dirty horses, mud and hot shoes and hot and sweaty, and it's quite tough. In reality, it's more hands-on than you think. Say, if you want to see anything different, just let us know and I'll try and do some videos to cover that. But as normal, like and subscribe, and enjoy the videos.